Now the spring's finally here, let's talk about last winter. So I'm going to go over my setup, how well that it performed, and I'm curious how well that yours performed, what you would do differently, and what you have planned for this upcoming year. So I'm going to talk about both my home setup and my shop setup, what challenges I came across, and the changes I'm going to be making over the next year. So first one behind me is my house setup. So I've got three 12,000 XP inverters. They worked extremely well. I have server rack batteries by Vatcher. I have eco-worthy floor standing, and I also have EG4 floor standing as well. And with the home setup, it worked pretty good. Couple complaints with it, but nothing too major. What I noticed that with it being wintertime and the sun obviously lower in the sky, my output was quite a bit less. Now, I'm lucky that I don't have a lot of trees that are in the way, and my solar panels are set at 45 degrees, optimal for the winter for my setup. And they're facing south. And like I said, really didn't have any issues as far as with trees in the way. But my output definitely did drop. I felt it, and my consumption went up quite a bit. So I have a heat pump for my house, and as long as it's just the heat pump working, I'm good. But when those heat strips kicked in, those 10,000-watt heat strips, man, was that pulling a lot of power. So in the coldest months to where we were getting in the highs of mid 30s and the lows in the teens, it was really drawing down the batteries. So I have a interlock switch on my main panel that I can switch between solar and grid. And what I noticed with that, I was able to get, depending on how cloudy that it was, about 2 to 3 days on solar, and then I would have to flip back to grid. And I'd be on grid for a couple days till the batteries got charged back up to 100% and was able to flip back and forth. You fast forward to now, and it's warmer out, it's in the 70s and 80s, and I'm having to turn off part of my solar array because I have way too much power. So it's amazing how things change with the season. But like I said, what I noticed is I didn't have quite enough power. And part of it was I was sharing some of my panels with my shop setup, which that has been rectified already. So this year won't come across it. The other thing that I'm doing too is as I'm testing out all these different batteries, I'm adding some additional ones to my home setup to increase the capacity. And fingers crossed, I should be able to go about 80% of the time on solar this winter and then probably about 20% on grid. So definitely a vast improvement. The big thing is whenever that you're sizing your solar setup, if you size it for worst case scenario in the winter, you'll have a ton of extra in the summer, but you'll ensure that you're in a good state. So essentially what I do is I take my worst electric bill of the year, I look and see what's my kilowatt usage, and then I want to ensure that I have enough solar panels to produce that, including any sort of loss that's in the system, and then also make sure I have enough batteries for at least 3 days of cloudy weather. And that is what I try to get things set up with. So more batteries, and then I'll have more solar turned on for the house. All right, let's switch over to the shop. So the shop didn't fare as well as the house did, and there are a few challenges that I came across which are being rectified as well. So the first thing is I don't have grid backup for the shop. In one of my videos, my batteries got depleted and I actually lost power while filming. A little bit embarrassing, and I could have edited it out, but I thought, you know what? This is real life, and whenever that you have a fail, put it out to the world. So I did have a fail there. My batteries ran dry and ended up losing power. So for this winter, the fix is I have this charge verter and I have a generator. I've got to wire it up now. And my backup for this primary setup is going to be the generator. Now, if you remember, I still have that Solus and the two LG batteries with that, and I was using that as a backup. The problem is I just didn't have enough solar to keep everything charged. So that is rectified now. I have additional solar panels. They are hooked up. So, I shouldn't run into that problem this year. But I will have the generator as a backup to charge these batteries if I run into problems. The other thing too is I do have more batteries coming. So I have a bunch of wiring batteries from Signature Solar. I've got 6 of them coming in a rack. So once they come in, I'll be doing a review of those. And then I have another EG4 floor standing battery for the house. But adding some additional capacity, I added some solar, and then also having that backup with the generator, that should get me good. The goal is to use as little power from the electric company as possible. I still have them as a backup, but I'm trying to minimize it. And a reason being, I think everyone in at least the US has noticed that the electric prices are going to the roof, and I'm just trying to insulate myself from it. What I'd ask from you, if you could, tell me about your setup, how it fared, what sort of changes you would make, any issues that you came across. I think this would be great for us all to learn from each other. So if you could, please post a comment. And if you want to post pictures or do something that's more elaborate and you want to contribute a little bit more to the channel, definitely check out winsolarforum.com, which is the forum for the channel, and then put in your information there. Show me your system, show me your setup, any questions that you have. More than happy to engage with you in that way. So that's about it. So that's how my setup did. Looking forward to hear about your setup, and have a fantastic day.